Hey guys, welcome back to Specializing in Nothing. Woo!
There we go.
Yeah. You like that little switch, right? Okay. I am your co-host Omar Reyes. This is Carlos Perez, and we have once again our special guest, Christian Trevino. Give it up for him.
Insert some applause.
Yeah, I want that background. Yeah, there it is. Yes.
This can
Show us your dick. Wait, what? No.
We don't.
Audience members, calm down.
Specializing in Nothing.
He's a
OnlyFans
person.
coming out soon.
Just like Ken in the booze.
I'll do that. Christian Trevino, boo! The fuck off the table.
You suck.
Twist it. Grab his dick and twist it. You remember that? Go.
Grab his dick and
dick twist.
Go dick twist.
All right. Enough with the dicks. Let's talk some football.
Yeah, some NFL free agency kicked
Sports
off.
ball.
My.
And it has been a wild one.
Goodness.
Obviously, people switching teams. A lot of restructurings of deals. A lot of these
Jesus
things
Christ.
called voidable years. We'll get into that. That's
Sports
a whole
ball.
thing. Sports ball, yes.
Sports ball. Let's do it.
So yeah, I think we should start off with the guy who Stimmy hit clearly and was out here just throwing money at people.
Bill
Moneybag Bill. You know what I'm saying?
Stimmy dollar
This
dollar
Stimmy hit,
bill,
bro.
y'all.
I mean, this
You know
guy-
what?
this
Cam
guy
Newton
earned-
called him that last year. Dollar bill, y'all.
This guy earned his stimmy, and he finally got the royalties from Star Wars, like
Because
Palpatine.
Emperor Palpatine.
Oh, he looks like
Yes,
Palpatine.
yes.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Totally original.
But like, yeah, he was really out here just getting everybody. He was getting players like he was ordering food. Let me get two of them wide receivers. You know what I'm
He's got a new
saying?
notification right now.
What happened?
He's got a new, what was it?
New signing just happened.
We got breaking news.
Breaking news. You heard it here first.
Well,
even
not
though this is
really.
gonna,
Air
this is
a
gonna
lot
be aired.
later. So-
kind
a
of
bit
later.
later.
But
Keenan, who was it? Keenan.
Keenan Cole,
Keenan
1 year
Cole.
with the Jets.
Ooh, Keenan Cole. They got themselves a below average wide receiver. All right. So let's talk about the Patriots,
Yes.
their moves. He goes out and gets Nelson Aguilar, Kendrick Bourne, two of the best tight ends on the market in Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith.
Ooh.
Obviously shares up the
Brown.
defense, getting Matt Judon, Henry Anderson, Devon Gottschalk.
We got Kyle Van Noy today.
And we got Kyle Van Noy back.
The only thing, did you hear already about Patrick Chung?
Yeah,
Patrick Chung
we were
definitely
gonna
did
talk
retire.
about Patrick
Yeah.
Chung.
And then Jalen Mills, which I really like, which helps even more with Patrick Chung's retirement. Jalen Mills
that helps out a ton.
as a hybrid corner safety.
The most important signing, re-signed for another year. Our kicker Nick Folk, everybody. Yeah, woo.
Yeah, Nick Folk is a person. The only thing I am worried about is that we put a second round tender, which is not on this list, but we put a second round tender on J.C. Jackson, which is kind of scary. I'd rather it's just, I don't know why we're not offering him a deal.
Yeah,
But that is annoying.
I would like another wide receiver.
The draft is coming. Soon,
And there are. I mean, we've talked about it. It is a wide receiver frenzy going on in the draft this year. So
I mean, but we need a number one right now.
that's what I'm saying. I don't think that's Nelson Aguilar. I don't think that's Kendrick Bourne.
I mean, but also, going back to the two tight end fronts, we also still have Julian Edelman. So, you don't really maybe not need a guy who can take the top off the defense, depending on how they want to, attack it on the offensive side of the football. But there was a trade that I think would really work, benefit both teams really.
Oh, the Texans?
No, Stephon Gilmore to the Cleveland Browns for OBJ.
That would be a great.
The Browns get another corner opposite Denzel Ward. We get a two-up one wide receiver.
Not only that, they would get a fantastic.
Yeah,
corner.
they'd have probably the two best corners in the game with Denzel Ward and Stephon Gilmore. And OBJ coming off injury will probably be a lot cheaper, so you could probably get a pick along with OBJ.
Plus, they I'm sure they want to get rid of OBJ. He hasn't really been productive.
It hasn't worked out, and they're transitioning more into a run-heavy team with Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, who's just a monster.
Especially after.
I mean, it's just more about would OBJ mesh with Belichick.
He's been linked to us before in the past when he was with the Giants. There was a whole thing about him, Bill trying to get him before, so I don't think it'd be a problem.
But whether or not, he would actually be folks enough to actually let Belichick,
I don't think Folk has ever been a problem with OBJ. It's just more
like attitude.
the dramatics.
I think it's just dramatics. When it comes to football, I think he's all in. It's just outside of football, he hasn't really been the most mature person.
You know how Belichick is. Like, if you fuck up all off field, he will like give you the fucking chancla.
But I feel like that again pertains more to if you fuck up off field in terms of football. If he's there for every practice, if he's not late, if he takes football serious, Bill's gonna love him. I don't think that is a problem.
And we've had like guys like that before. You know, Randy Moss was considered a head case, and he had his best year ever with the Patriots.
Randy Moss was a fucking legend.
And I mean, OBJ has that kind of talent.
He does.
I mean, also Antonio Brown, before the allegations hit, he did great with us. Josh Gordon, before the drugs, he was doing great with us.
Josh Gordon,
Ocho Cinco was with us one time. We were in the playoffs with Ocho Cinco. So we've had head cases before, and they've worked out. Aaron Hernandez was out here killing people, but showing up for practice. So, I mean, Belichick has had head cases before.
You couldn't keep a straight face after saying that.
Maybe I cut that joke out. I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, but the fact that Aaron Hernandez gave like a new meaning to killing a defense.
Yeah, he would have that killer instinct. I'm probably gonna cut some of this out.
Yeah, you probably should.
I like it. But the point is, we've had head cases before. But back to the actual moves he made.
I would actually like that. As much as I love, having Stephon Gilmore on our team, and he's just been a huge part to our defense. Very productive, and he's been all pro,
defensive player of the year.
So I feel like it'll be hard to let go of him, but at the same time our defense is so deep,
especially at the corner position. Really, if we get JC Jackson back, if we don't, then it'll just be Jonathan Jones and Jalen Mills
and Stephon Gilmore as of right now.
Yeah, as of right now.
So if we don't get J.C. Jackson back, then we're probably keep him. If we do get him back, then I'd be okay with letting him go for someone like an OBJ. Yeah.
And then the big moves obviously was Judon and re-signing Kyle Van Noy. Getting pressure in the quarterback was really bad for us last year. Mm-hmm. So you get two established pass rushers
on top of
Winovich, on top of Josh Uche. So you got guys to help them develop, which I really love. And obviously middle of the field. That's Belichick's thing. He likes to build his defense around the middle of the field. He's got two good defensive linemen, two solid DTs to build around. And I think defense is going to be really fun to watch this year. I think we'll be able to stop the run. We've always had probably one of the best secondaries in the league.
I feel
with all the guys we got. So.
I feel like, and this is really important right now, our defense is definitely top 10, could be top 5 right now, just with what we know of the defense, obviously the way Coach Belichick just coaches them, and just how deep our defense is in general, and especially focusing on the middle of the field.
I mean, he fixed the problem that we had, which was the middle of the field. We need
tight end. The tight end position. And we actually we traded away Ryan Izzo this morning, I believe, to the Texans for a second-round pick, I believe.
Ryan Izzo was a piece of shit. 2022?
Okay, 2022. So, and the Texans are going to be terrible this year anyway, so that's going to be a high pick. Why? Because they also traded away Will Fuller, or he signed somewhere else, I think.
Yeah, Will Fuller was a free agent, yeah.
Yeah, so, but, we'll get into the Texans a little later.
I mean, the one thing I will say, the Hunter Henry side was
Dolphins.
Was one of the best things they did all season.
Yeah, Hunter Henry was. I mean, he was kind of hinting that he was going to come here.
I know, but still, the fact that he actually signed is.
Yeah, I didn't think after we got John Smith, I didn't think we were going to get Hunter Henry.
And the fact that we got both is just. I'm excited for this year.
We still have holes on that offensive line. I don't like the Ted Karras signing. I wish we would have invested that money in getting David Andrews back, but we still got a hole at the guard position that we need filled. Hopefully we draft a quarterback. Fingers crossed.
I mean, that's such a. Oh shit!
Let's not break the things. It's expensive. Yeah. I'd imagine, and he.
I mean, it's insignia. It's not too expensive.
I mean, the one.
Yes, bash the place that we're at right now, Omar. Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
I mean, the one thing I am curious is why did they make a bigger push for Garofalo?
Because I feel like
I feel Cam is better than Garoppolo.
I mean, you're going to get the same amount of production.
Well, I mean, like,
No,
he's more used to Belichick's system being like.
Yeah, but okay. At the same time, you have Cam already. He's been there for a year. He's had enough time to actually go through the playbook at this point, and he's gonna have a full offseason with this team. I feel like that is a better move than getting Garoppolo, who got used to the system in San Francisco and the weather in San Francisco, to come all the way back to the Patriots. And I feel like the one area where Garoppolo wouldn't be able to excel as much as Cam Newton is the running game, because Cam is still going to be a threat running the ball. So especially how deep we are in running back, and now how deep we are when it comes to just receivers, if we count the tight ends with the wide receivers, that is going to be a legitimate threat, whether he passes the ball or runs the ball, and he could make a decision mid-snap. So I feel like the way the team is being built right now, specifically the offense, it's being built with Cam Newton in mind, and I feel like that's the way we should do it this year at the very least. Now, we should still draft a quarterback because, obviously we got to think about not just this year coming up, but we got to think about the future as well. So
this is the 1 year, the 1 year contract that kind of has me a bit worried
for Cam. No, I think that's a good thing because, again, it gives Cam. You can say Cam had a little bit of an excuse last year with the whole COVID, with the whole being signed last minute, not having an off season, not having a preseason, and not having any receivers that can get open and can actually be productive. So he had, you can say he had some type of excuse. This year he doesn't. That's kind of like the bottom line, because of the fact that Bill Belichick spent this money to get receivers, to get tight ends. He's not going to have that excuse anymore, because it's going to be his second year there as well. So at this point he should know the playbook.
Hopefully, Cam actually steps it up.
So I feel like if he's productive this year, we'll see what ends up happening, whether he signs somewhere else or we bring him back again. If he's not productive, then it could be the end of his career, of his NFL career.
I don't think he's NFL. I think he'd probably be a backup somewhere. I don't think his career is over.
You think Cam Newton can be a backup?
For sure.
Why wouldn't he not be a backup?
I just feel like he's too big of a presence to be a backup quarterback.
I mean,
there are still.
I don't think that. I think he'd be a really good backup quarterback, and a person that a lot of teams would like in their quarterback room.
I mean,
he's a former MVP, consummate professional. You never heard anything about him off the field or anything like that. Great work ethic. He'd be a great backup quarterback for any team.
Well, even for bottom of the barrel teams, he could be a starter.
Yeah, for a lot of these bad teams, he could be a starter. Yeah. You're not wrong. But and here's the thing one more thing about the Patriots. I feel like Bill kind of realizes that right now this is a very keen opportunity. This team could really win right now in the AFC. Mm-hmm. Outside of the Kansas City Chiefs, there's no other dominant team in the AFC. On top of that, how hard it is to make a Super Bowl 3 times in a row? Just statistically, how hard it will be for the Kansas City Chiefs to make it back again for a third time.
I feel like the way it's kind of like the stars are aligning. I can see both those teams in an AFC championship.
We have the money right now. Why not spend it? A lot of these guys are on 2-year, 1-year deals. The caps will go up, after this whole COVID stuff is down. So this is really our opportunity, because you look at the Ravens. They lost Judon. They lost another linebacker. Look at the Titans. They lost Corey Davis. They lost Jonnu Smith. A lot of these teams that were in the playoffs last year. Carson Wentz to the Colts. We don't even know if Carson Wentz can play football anymore. So that's going to be that's a huge question mark. So a lot of these teams that were in the playoffs last year are either transitioning into new quarterbacks or have lost a lot of pieces. The Steelers, they lost Bud Dupree.
We don't know what's going to happen with Juju.
Juju's leaving too, so
he's definitely leaving.
Yeah, Juju's out. I forgot what meeting he was at, but
no, just throwing this out there.
With the Jets.
Oh yeah, with the Jets, yeah.
Now, just throwing this out there. If Juju were to come to the Patriots, is that something you're down for?
I don't think Juju's the number one receiver. I think his numbers after
I just want to point
Antonio Brown left. Yeah, I hate him. My fantasy football
he
team.
hates
I
you.
drafted him.
He drafted him
very
like
high,
2 years ago.
and he gave me at one point negative. Do you know how hard it is for a wide receiver to give you negative points in a PPR league? Do you know how hard that is?
I remember this so bad.
But I don't think that he's a number one wide receiver, and I think you saw that. And as for the Steelers, I think what's his name, Claypool does everything Juju does for a lot cheaper. So I mean, I don't think he's a number one. I'm not. Why? You already have Nelson Aguilar. I think Nelson Aguilar can give you pretty much the same numbers that the Juju can.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's why I was asking. All right,
Juju's poopy. I don't want Juju on my fucking team.
Obviously, we're Patriots fans here, so we're going to spend
Juju,
a little more time with the Patriots. But
stupid bitch.
That being said, let's
stupid hair. I'm dye my hair.
Corvette.
Stupid.
Let's transition to
dance on your grave.
Other teams.
Sorry.
So let's stick with the AFC East. The Bills. Today, they signed quarterback Mitch Trubisky to a 1-year contract worth $2.5 million. So now they have Mitch Trubisky as a backup.
Cool. I think the big signing for them was Emmanuel Sanders.
1-year contract. Yeah, that's scary. I feel like more than the Kansas City Chiefs, the Bills are going to be the thorn in the Patriots side. Just because, one, we have to play them twice, 100%. Two, what did they go last year? 12-4, 13-3,
something like that. Yeah, I don't remember.
So they're a team, and I haven't seen them lose a lot of players. Most of their players are still there.
They don't have a running back still.
That is their. I mean, I guess they got Taiwan Jones.
Like, I mean, unless they draft one, which I mean, you could get a good solid running back in the 4th, 5th round. So Aaron was 5th rounder. So I feel like, and that's what I'm saying. I feel like there'll be a little bit more of a thorn in the Patriots side just because it's in the same division. The only reason why I
don't
care about the Buffalo Bills is because with our defense, these games are all going to be close. I think our defense is going to be top 5. Mm-hmm. They're going to be close. And what coach is better at situational football than Bill Belichick? None. So I don't think a Buffalo is going to knock off the Patriots in the playoff game. I don't see that happening.
No. I'm not saying in a no. If it's in
the regular season, I don't think they can beat us like that in the regular season.
They're definitely not going to sweep
with us having a competent defense. I don't think. And if they, like I said, they still don't have a running back as it stands right now.
Real quick,
and we're going to have arguably the best secondary in the league, with or without Stephon Gilmore.
Facts. Real quick, just because I don't want to forget. You can cut this out or whatever. I'm planning on trying to go to the Patriots Bucks game that's happening in Gillette Stadium this year.
Yeah, we're also trying to do that too. Yeah.
Oh, for real?
But we could definitely. This is something we could have talked about.
Yeah, but it just popped in my mind, so I needed to say it. So.
So like 3 minutes like dead air.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, that's fine. So getting back into it,
let's also stick to just the key ones.
The Dolphins.
Because we don't have a lot of time like that.
The Dolphins, I guess
they took Adam Butler from us, and they got Will Fuller. Those are 2 big signings for them.
What? And they got Jacoby Brissett, bro.
I mean, which is another thing. Start Tua. Do not play with Jacoby Brissett. Just give Tua his shot. Stop playing with that man.
How do you feel about the Jets?
Jets are poop.
And they always.
I'm joking. They still have. The Corey Davis signing I think was really good. Finally, if you're keeping Sam Darnold, you give him a weapon.
That's what I was gonna say. So, what do you think they're gonna do with Sam Darnold? I haven't heard anything.
The longer they wait to draft, the longer they wait, the less value he's gonna have.
I mean, they also have the pick, which I think is a big thing. I think they have like 2 or 3 picks within the first 35 picks.
They could pair Sam with like a 3rd or 2nd round pick to get back into the first, because they have 2 first-round picks right now.
Yeah, I'm saying so. Like I said, they have 3 picks within the first 35 picks of the draft. So I mean, it's more the Deshaun Watson thing was what's the big thing. Like they can package those picks with the Sam Darnold to get a Deshaun Watson, and with the allegations with Deshaun Watson,
I was just gonna
his stock has dropped. You know what I mean? So now he may not be worth 2 first rounds. Maybe he's worth the 1st and the 2nd now.
I mean, like if they wait, you can literally get Deshaun Watson and a honey bun for like a 7th round pick.
I mean, we'll see what happens.
Well, these are all allegations.
I mean, we saw what happened with Kareem Hunt.
We don't want to.
When he kicked the shorty in the face or whatever it was, he got signed for like you said, a honey bun and like a pack of ramen noodles.
I find 2 honey buns.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
What I will say about the allegations, they are allegations at this point. There are no facts. It looks really bad, but
it's all like at a masseuse. It's like a bunch of masseuses.
Yeah.
So,
my man was reading up on.
He wants to be a patriot. You know what I'm saying?
He wants to be a patriot. He was reading
up
on.
Rob, this what we do?
Yo, Rob, this
I heard
what we
it.
do. So if I do this,
but
we out.
I mean, let's just kind of run through some of the big signings.
Let's do this.
But the Bengals get Chidobe Awuzie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really solid corner. Obviously, Trey Hendrickson went to the Bengals, which is kind of annoying. I didn't want him to go there. Wanted him to come to us. So helps out the Bengals defense. They still need an O-line, but they're probably going to draft like Penei Sewell. He's the big offensive lineman that's coming out of the draft this year. Rashard Higgins to the Cleveland Browns, so which alludes to the will Odell Beckham get traded or not. Don't want to miss.
The Jaguars did get better this offseason.
I love what the Jaguars did. They kind of just threw away their old team and just bought a whole entire brand new one. Get that losing culture out of there. You're gonna end up with either Trevor Lawrence or Zach Wilson, depending on which draft expert you talk to.
The cons
and Urban Meyers, man, he does this.
The cons is they took out the wallet and said, "Here, go nuts."
Pretty much. Texas made a lot of moves for a team that's not keeping Deshaun Watson. We did the trade with Marcus Cannon, who was like a washed-up offensive lineman. They got Mark Ingram, Shaq Lawson in the trade with Miami. Miami made some weird moves with a lot of the people they cut and traded.
The one thing I am seeing that the Chiefs barely made any moves.
They made a huge move.
They made the biggest move.
They signed Joe Dunn. Besides that, they barely done anything else.
Their team is pretty much set.
All they need is an offensive line.
Yeah, they cut two of their tackles, so they definitely.
They need an O-line and a new barber.
Oh, and they got Kyle Long too.
Did they really get Kyle Long?
Yeah, signed deal with the Chiefs.
Signed a deal with the Chiefs.
Oh, that's huge.
They got two really good guards.
That is huge.
That's what
they need tackles though, because they cut.
They need tackles,
but
that's what lost in the game, the Super Bowl.
Yeah, let me get two of the best guards out there, and I think Kyle Long's athletic enough to play tackle if needed.
Yeah, that's the thing. He can play tackle. I want to see what they do in the draft when it comes to the offensive line, because they got to protect that $500 million asset that they have there.
But didn't they restructure his deal? I saw.
Yeah, they restructured him, Chris Jones, and Travis Kelce restructured their deals to make money. Yeah. A big thing, the Bucks managed to keep their guys, keep the band back together.
They kept almost everybody. There's still a couple
people.
people.
Contracts. That is the new thing, man.
There's still, like...
the big three, they got Godwin, Levante David, and Shaq Barrett together. Everything else will fall the way it falls. That team is still going to be good for a long time.
Yeah. And also, Dak Prescott signed a new deal in the offseason.
Yeah, that was a big thing. He signed his new deal. That was
a huge deal.
A.J. Green to the Cardinals to play alongside DeAndre Hopkins.
Right there.
Oh.
You got DeAndre Hopkins. You got, oh my God, A.J. Green. I was kind of hoping A.J. Green would somehow land in the Patriots.
Oh, that's a problem.
That.
Mm-hmm. Hopkins and A.J. Green, that's a
you know what?
Right, Jesus.
We were talking about this when J.J. Watt went over there, how they were still probably the third best team.
Yeah, now with all the drama in Seattle,
I feel like they can they're top two.
I think the Rams are still the best team in that division.
I believe so too.
And then
Matt Stafford is
Cards
a beast.
are probably number two. Now, like I said, because we don't know what's happening with Russ.
Yeah.
And that team in general, they really haven't. The quarterback's been screaming, "Protect me!" and you go and sign a nose tackle.
I haven't seen any.
They only made two moves. They signed a DT and I think a corner after they lost Shaquille Griffin.
Yeah. Well, who did he sign with?
I would have to scroll down the list.
Somebody.
Somewhere. They also signed. They signed Gabe Jackson. Actually, that's new. That's a guard.
I still.
They made a trade. And then
Gerald Everett. The Cardinals. They
might be the second best team in that division.
Yeah. And it kind of depends.
And the Niners too are in that division too. So.
And the one thing I'm curious is how Saints are going to solve their quarterback issue.
Who?
The Saints.
They got Taysom Hill with $100. When you read that deal, $140 million. All years are avoidable, but that's just a huge number. And then I think Jameis Winston is going to be their quarterback moving forward, though.
Yeah, so you have Jameis Winston. You have Tyrod Taylor. I feel like didn't they take?
No, Tyrod Taylor signed someone else. I think.
Yeah, no, it's
not Tyrod Taylor. Taysom Hill. Sorry.
Taysom Hill.
Tyrod Taylor went to the Texans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, this is replacing Drew Brees. It's just such a big fucking
that is a huge hole.
Scary.
But it saved them money.
Talking about somebody retiring, we briefly mentioned it. How do you feel about the Patrick Chung surprise retirement?
Definitely saves us money, is what I looked at it as. It's about $6-7 million against the cap, and he isn't the same player he used to be anymore.
He's not.
We have Kyle Duggar, who's had a really good rookie year, so he'll probably be starting now. Him and Devin McCourty are going to be great in the open field together. So, I'm excited to see. I'm just excited to see how Kyle Duggar progress. I would have liked to have the depth with Patrick Chung being there, but it is what it is. He helped us get 3 Super Bowl champions. Could have had 4 if he would have got back. We're not going to talk about that, though. On that sideline catch that we lost to the Giants with, if you would have just got back, you would have just been deep. It's cover 2, buddy. You got to be back there.
We're gonna talk about that. That being said, out of all the opt-outs we had last year, and we talked about this last year.
You look like Patrick Chung. No,
Devontae Hightower is definitely the
Dante Hightower.
What did I say? Devontae
Hightower.
I'm so sorry, Dante. So sorry.
But
yeah, I feel like that's kind of like the
Trent Williams deal, I think, is crazy. $138 million makes him the highest paid offensive lineman in the game, which his teammate David Bakhtiari made fun of it because it's like $10K. Well, his ex-teammate, it's like $10K more than he made, and he was like, "You're really being petty right now. You really got paid $10K more than me." And then,
oh man.
And then, that's really, we're probably going to miss some. We'll do another segment of this because free agency is still going on.
But overall,
but I think we hit the big stuff.
Overall, this has been a very exciting off-season.
In this economy.
Especially in this economy.
Salary cap going down by, like 10 million or something like that.
That's why so many people getting cut. And teams that have been good with their money, you see them spending their money right now.
And the voidable contract stuff.
The voidable contract is crazy
to me. That you can literally just keep passing that buck down until essentially the chicken's gonna come home to roost at some point.
Yeah.
But you could really just keep passing that shit down to the next year, to the next year, to the next year. It's wild. But hey, they figured out a loophole. Congrats. Shout out to the Eagles finally making some moves. They've been quiet for forever. Hassan Ridgeway and Andrew Adams agreed to new team deals. Good for y'all guys. Kyle Rudolph to the Giants.
Yeah, I saw that.
John Ross to the Giants. Okay. They got a little cutie patootie. Oh,
Ryan Fitzpatrick. I forgot about him. He went
Fitzmagic to the football team. Him and Heineke about to have the greatest quarterback tandem ever.
Obviously.
I really like Heineke. I think Heineke should get the go.
I believe so.
But the football team signed.
I thought that they still haven't come up with a name for the team yet.
God. I'm okay with it.
They're about to be owned by Amazon. They're going to be the Primes. According to my sources at Pat McAfee, say they're going to be
Pat McAfee show.
The Amazon Prime.
Pat McAfee, come on the show sometime.
Yeah, my source, bro, trust me.
What's the name? Oh my God, Curtis Samuel signed with the football team as well. So him and McLaurin are going to be beasts together. That's going to be it.
Booker.
If Heineke can perform the way he performed in that playoff game, that football team with their defense.
The defense is the scary, and it's the front. That front is scary. Oh my God.
Oh, obviously Chase Young.
Chase Young, man.
Oh, who's that other beast they got? It's Tez, Matthew Ioannidis, Chase Young, and there's one more beast in that front four. His name is eluding me, and it's gonna bother me.
Yes. I don't remember.
It's gonna bother me. I don't want to look it up, but it's gonna bother me. I'm gonna look it up. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna look it up. It's okay. I just let it go. I just let it go. I don't need to look it up. I'm not currently looking at the Washington football team roster right now. I'm going to let it go because it's not that important.
So,
not that important.
Kind of like wrapping this up. So obviously, free agency.
I'm gonna let it go.
It's
Washington.
It's all it's still developing. There's gonna still be a lot more.
Darren Payne.
Happening between now and the end of this.
Magic. There's like popping.
It just came in there.
I'm proud of you.
And also Ryan Kerrigan is on that team as well.
Oh, okay.
Defense is really good.
I feel like, obviously this is going to continue. There are going to be some other signings that are going to shake things up.
Yeah, we'll do a part 2 to this.
We'll do a part 2. Obviously, the draft is going to be coming up sometime soon as well. So there's going to be a lot to talk about when it comes to the NFL offseason.
Foosball.
Really quickly, super, super, super early
Predictions.
Super Bowl predictions. I want to hear them. Carlos, who you got going to the big game?
Patriots.
Versus?
Patriots.
I like it.
They're going to have the greatest Super Bowl ever. Tom Brady versus Bill Belichick in the Super Bowl.
I mean, I really want it. I really want that.
That would make my pee hard.
Oh, my God.
My pee be so hard if I saw that. I'd look down and be like, oh, that'd be the most watched Super Bowl in the history of Super Bowl.
It would be, oh, my goodness. NFL.
The story
NFL.
is right
Come on.
there.
The story, that'd be the biggest story because it's like no team has ever been good after losing one of the great quarterbacks.
It's also like a master
the
versus student
49ers.
kind of thing.
Okay, but the 49ers did go to Steve Young.
Same, but they had.
And
You said no team.
They only
Strong
got,
team
I
right
mean, but
there.
they only got one chip in that time.
We have no chips at the moment, but we would get one chip if you were.
That's
to
what I'm
win.
saying. But at the same time, it'd be against the former quarterback. It's just written in the stars.
What's-
Like,
what
if
the
that
fuck?
happens,
No, I emailed you the thing.
I was like, I don't know what the fuck.
if that happens,
The next thing.
oh, man.
But yeah, so we're gonna wrap it up like this. We'll
Yeah.
do a part 2 just at some point.
Yeah, some point.
Let us know your Super Bowl picks, all that good stuff. What signing you like, what signing you didn't like,
Yeah.
and we will catch you next time. We love you. Stay beautiful.
Please like, comment, subscribe.
Keep
Thanks,
that pee
guys.
hard.
Keep the pee hard.